Hello, it's me, Dave from before. Dave Hill from Show Business. Dave Hill sitting here in my living room, my sweet dog Lucy napping next to me for another episode of, that's right, the Crime Blotter, wherein I take a look at some of America's so-called lesser crimes, which just so happen to have taken place in northeastern Ohio, where I'm from. First of all, let me apologize. I've been slacking on Crime Blotter episodes the last couple weeks. I've had some serious things going on in my life that I've had to deal with. Nothing for you to worry about personally. Just a little hint. Baboon heart is giving out. Whatever. You know, I cherish the time that I have. Anyway, but also, before we go any further, thank you to my Patreon subscribers. So much for being a part of this. The magical Patreon experience. If you want to be a part of the Patreon, there you go. There's the address right there. Picking my toes right now. Thank you. Patreon.com/Mr. Dave Hill. But let's get into it. And also, yes, you do get early access to the Crime Blotter if you're part of the Patreon. Days before the general public. I have some doozies locked and loaded for you today. File under, don't even get me started. Oh my gosh. First one, and this is Lucy's kind of grump. She's fired up, as you can imagine. What part of, quote unquote, what part of the wet paint signs didn't he understand? This is from the Hunting Valley Police Blotter. Again, I think I've covered some incidents in Hunting Valley before. It's idyllic. The sign going into Hunting Valley is like a fox hunter jumping a fence, and there's little, I guess, whatever those dogs are called that help hunt foxes. I'm not condoning fox hunting. I think it's barbaric. But the sign is adorable. You can look it up. Village of Hunting Valley. And it's a great place. Nice little hamlet. If I lived in Ohio, I wouldn't mind living in Hunting Valley. Not at all. Okay. But here we go. Erratic driver. Fairmont Boulevard. Fairmont Boulevard. Didn't you kind of grow up near Fairmont Boulevard? But yeah, I grew up on the other end of it. Not in the fancy. Hunting Valley's a little fancy. Let's just get that out of the way. Police responded to several complaints about an irate man stuck in slow-moving traffic. We all get irate in slow-moving traffic. I get it. And repeatedly driving back and forth over freshly painted double yellow lane markings. What kind of monster is this? About 2 miles worth. You heard me. Just before noon on May 19th. Oh my gosh, let's run a check on that. That's a few weeks ago. Stopping the owner of the red Subaru, of course it's a red Subaru, with wet yellow paint all over the driver's side tires and wheel wells. And now, wait for it. Get ready to have your mind blown. The University Heights man. Guess who's from University Heights? Me. That's right. 65, but I'm not 65, you monsters. He said he was in a hurry to get to church where he had a class around noon. He added that he only did it once and was unaware the paint was wet. Okay, I'm calling bullshit. The officer asked him if he could read the large wet paint signs on the back of the truck 3 cars ahead of him, or if he saw the 15-foot strobe lights flashing and the crew putting several hundred traffic cones down at regular intervals behind their work. Okay. So they're really holding this guy to the fire, his feet to the fire. Police noted that the road... This is a long case, by the way, if you haven't picked up on that already. Police noted that the road striping would have to be redone because of the damage. The driver later apologized and admitted it was his fault. Of course, well, church-going man, you would hope so. One of the witnesses said he came up from behind, started honking, and appeared to be having a temper tantrum. I can't speak as usual. Temper tantrum at the wheel. Then he allegedly started weaving over the stripes between the cones. This guy is a real piece of work. The road superintendent came over, took pictures of the Subaru, and gave police a statement. Officers cited the driver for marked lanes violations and reckless operation, as well as criminal mischief. That can mean anything. Generally, a third-degree misdemeanor. Is it, though? I mean, I don't know. First, the guy's driving over freshly painted lines in the street. Next thing you know, he's murdering an entire family in their sleep. Okay, maybe that's a bit of a leap, but I don't know. this guy, this is an open case because I think this guy is suspicious, and I am concerned over what he's going to get up to next. Also, he is from University Heights, so the guy was living like in the town I'm from. Granted, I haven't lived there in over 20 odd years, but maybe I know him, maybe, and I would hear his name and I'd be like, wait a minute, what's going on with you, pal? Maybe I can reach him, is my point. Maybe I can reach him. You can, every time I do the police blotter, there's sirens, which a bonus, 3 sirens. That way I don't have to, drop them in there myself. Oh boy. Anyway, that's a lot. That guy, for 2 miles, driving over painted lines. Who does that? Who? What kind of asshole does that? Now people are honking out there. Everyone's like, Dave, that's an amazing crime. What's the next one? I'm glad you asked. Annoying sister ignores warning. This is a doozy as well. That's right, I said doozy. Like some woman working a clerical job in a small town. Maybe at the sheriff's office. She's like, good, we got a real doozy. There's a guy driving over painted lines. Annoying sister ignores warning and hangs up on call from police. From the Russell Township Police Blotter, you're thinking to yourself, Dave, isn't Russell Township literally like the next town over from Hunting Valley? Yeah, it is actually. Glad you asked. The woman, this is a case of assistance on Kinsman Road. That's one of the roads there in Russell Township. I know you understand that. You're not an idiot. A woman visited the police station 3:15 p.m. Wait for it. May 20th. Is that the day after the guy was driving over the painted lines in the street in Hunting Valley? Yeah, actually. May 20th to report her sister will not... Woman calls. She goes to the police station to report her sister will not stop texting her, and she wanted it to stop. Because that's what you do when your own sister's texting you too much. An officer called the sister to advise her not to have contact with her sister. The subject hung up on the officer. I don't like to side with criminals. But in this case, kind of siding with the serial texter sister, because the other one's a nut. You go to the police, turn off your phone, you can block someone's phone, you can keep them from texting you. I've done it to many people. A few. Don't need to get the police involved, as it turns out. You monster woman. So I say the real criminal here is the sister who went to the police. That's the real criminal. That's the real criminal. Oh my gosh. Holy hell. I just don't get it. Someone's texting a lot. Like, I have some buddies, they text a lot. Even in the course of one message, it's like 5 texts when you're like, could have been one. Could have been one. Kids arrested. Let's go. Let's just move on. Let's move on. Kids arrested for criminal damaging. This is from the Avon Police Blotter. And brace yourself, strap yourselves in for some adorable crimes, because I've got a couple here. Kids arrested for criminal damaging. This from the Avon Police Blotter. Avon is basically the west side of Cleveland's equivalent of Hunting Valley. It's idyllic, bucolic, pastoral even. Also suburban. Criminal damaging. Avon Police Blotter. Did I say that? Criminal damaging, Berkshire Avenue. I don't know what it is, but it sounds great. Police were called to a residence at 9 p.m. May 2nd. Is that 18 days before the sister went to the police because her sister wouldn't stop texting her? Yeah. Police were called to a residence at 9 p.m. May 2nd regarding a criminal damaging incident. 2 juveniles were identified as suspects and were arrested for criminal damaging and disorderly conduct. What? I don't know. It doesn't say what this is. Okay. I feel like this, as a host of the America's #1 true crime podcast, I may be failing you because I don't even know what the details are, but what could they have possibly done that was that bad? I'm guessing nothing. Leave the kids alone. What's it? We don't need no education. Anyway, leave those kids alone. Is that how it goes? I should look that up before I start singing Pink Floyd. Anyway, kids arrested for criminal damaging. It's probably not a lot going on in Avon. The police are like, I don't know, what should we do tonight? Let's arrest some kids. Break up the day a little bit. F it. Okay, let's keep going. I'm disgusted. Let me go on record as saying, I'm disgusted. Florida man. Listen to the next case. Florida man. It actually says Florida man. Florida man steals company truck to make deliveries. I'm on his side so far. This from the Brecksville police blotter. Brecksville is a town. I never quite had a handle on it growing up in Cleveland. I knew some kids who were from there that I went to high school with, but I can't say that I've ever been to Brecksville. Maybe I have. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Receiving stolen property, Miller Road. That's the official case. Miller Road. Nothing goes wrong on Miller Road. How could it? On April 28th. Dave, isn't that just like 4 days before the kids got arrested in Avon? Yeah. Police, via the license plate reading camera network, whatever the hell that is. The license plate reading camera network, that sounds made up. Were alerted to a stolen white 2015 Freightliner M2 truck being driven on Miller Road. I believe that's a big truck. Maybe even a semi. From my, just guessing. An arriving officer located it's a box truck. An arriving officer located the box truck on Snowville Road. The officer pulled over the Florida driver, who was arrested and held for transport. This case is actually more serious than I could have ever expected. The officer learned that the truck, which had its GPS tracking unit disabled, had been missing for 2 weeks. The truck's owner believed the driver was using the company truck to make deliveries for other companies. The man was charged with receiving stolen property. I don't even know if I understand it. So is the stolen property the truck itself, or is it the stuff that he was making deliveries with? I'm guessing it's the truck. This is an open case. This is one I'm really confused about. You thought I was mad about the kids being arrested? I'm mad about this. It's not a very good case. I'm beating myself up a little bit today. Is it my birthday today? Yeah. Am I weary of getting old? Maybe. I don't know. What's going on with me? But I just think the guy's just trying to return the truck when you're done. That's all I have to say. The people have spoken, and by the people, I mean me, Dave, mentioned earlier. Kids apprehended after this is another one. The kids are all right, basically. The kids apprehended after damaging a car with rocks. File under adorable. This is from the Olmsted Falls police blotter. Olmsted Falls. We've talked about Olmsted Falls on this show before. It's a great little town. Nothing ever goes wrong there. Well, we'll pump your brakes. Juvenile complaint. Why are people complaining about juveniles? They get up to stuff. Leave them alone. Bagley Road. This is where Bagley Road is from. On May 24th, that's right, just 4 days after the guy drove over the lines, I think, or maybe the texting. I can't remember which it was, honestly, at this point. I'd have to scroll back. Am I going to scroll back? Fine, I will. Okay, let's go. So, on May 19th, that was that's the wet paint guy. That's the crazy guy. May 20th, yes, that's the sister who goes to the police because her sister was texting her, lunatic. On May 24th, a caller reported 2 juveniles threw rocks at his car and chipped his window. He described the kids and said they were last seen running on Stearns Road. Police apprehended them and took them to speak with parents, it says. I'm guessing it was their parents. And the parents were probably like, hey, why'd you do that? Get in here. And they'd be like, okay, you're fine. Don't worry about it. The guy seemed like a jerk. Fine, don't throw rocks at kids. But, I mean, it is kind of a rite of passage. How are you going to learn throwing rocks at cars is wrong without trying it first? You tell me. Oh, my gosh. This is something, I'll tell you. So here's what we know. Kids arrested for criminal damaging. Kids arrested for throwing rocks at cars, which I guess is wrong. Using air quotes in case you're listening just in audio form. Lunatic woman goes to the police station to say her sister's texting her too much. Because, yeah, that's what you do. It's a disturbing world we live in. That's in summation, disturbing world. Did I mention hit the subscribe button to subscribe to this incredible channel? I'm doing it now. Also, please sign up for my Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. Dave Hill if you haven't already. And if you have already, thank you so much. You're the best. Until next time, watch your backs, watch your rooftops, and most of all, hey, let's be careful out there. This has been The Crime Blotter with me, Dave Hill, mentioned earlier. This is Lucy over here, sleeping away, my sweetie baby. All right, till next time.